Hello students, hope you all doing well. Today I am going to teach you English reader of class 5 poem from a railway carriage. Have you ever travelled by a train or by bus and looked out of the window? What did you see? Here is a poem that describes what the poet sees from the window of a railway carriage. Students, travelling experiences are a source of great happiness for children. In our childhood days, we all had a fascination towards travelling in train because of its length, the sound produced by the mechanical movement of the wheels, the loud horn, etc. Here is in this poem from a railway carriage by R.L. Stevenson, the poet describes his thrilling journey in a train and about those sights that he saw there. The title From a Railway Carriage captures the essence of the poem, as it is a record of the poet's journey in a train. The poem communicates the poet's observations and thoughts as he was sitting in a railway carriage. The poet describes the sights that he notices while travelling in the train. So students, here is the poem. Now let us read the poem. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and the cattle, all of the sides of the hill and the plain, fly as thick as driving rain. And ever again, in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Next stanza of the poem is, here is a child who chambers and scrambles, all by himself and grinding brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and here is the green for stringing and daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with men and load. And here is a mill, and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever. So students, we have just read the poem. Now the summary of the poem. The poet describes the sights that he notices while travelling in the train. The train is moving faster than fairies and witches. The train rushes towards like soldiers who are attacking their enemies in the battlefield. The speedy movement of the train leaves behind bridges, houses, fences, and ditches. It also leaves behind the green fields where horses and cattle are gazing. Stevenson says that all the scenes of the hill and plain were being crossed by the train as quick as one drop of rain following the other in a storm. In the next moment, the train passes railway stations and it looked like painted pictures. The poet sees a child climbing a steep ground and collecting berries during climbing. He also sees a homeless person who looks at the train with amazement. As the train moves forward, he sees some ladies in a common village grassy land making garlands with daisy flowers. Then the poet sees a cart moving slowly in the highway. It was full of load and the car driver was sitting on the top of the load. He also gets a glimpse of a mill and a river by its sides. All these objects appeared and disappeared so quickly. So the poem is all about fast-moving train and the people, places and things seen from it. Now, the poetic devices used in this poem. The rhythm of this poem echoes the rhythm of a train, with the poem following a stressed followed by unstressed pattern. Second, the poem is written in rhythmic couplets, example, witches, ditches, battle, cattle, etc. and etc. There is similarly also a figure of speech that directly compares two different things using words such as like troops in a battle fly as thick as driving rain. Now, students, I hope you all understood the poem completely. Now, students, which are the images that we can construct in mind on reading this poem? In this poem, the poem presents a series of lifelike images such as a speedy train moving in the midst of the meadows, hills, river, etc. Can we compare the speedy movement of the train with the passage of time? Some lines from the poem suggest a transience of life such as each a glimpse and gone forever. So student, what are the expressions used by the poet to show the amazing speed of the train? There are the several expressions used in the poem to indicate the fast movement of the train, such as faster than fairies, faster than witches, charging along like troops, fly as thick as driving rain, each a glimpse and gone forever. And next point is, what is the poem all about? The poem is about a fast moving train and the people, places and things seen from it. Now, what is the aim of the poet while writing this poem? The aim of the poet while writing this poem is to entertain the readers with an exciting description of a train ride. Now, next slide is about the exercise related to the chapter. So students, I hope you all understood the poem completely. Now answer these questions to understand the poem clearly. Question number 1. List the 5 sights that the poet has mentioned in the poem. The 5 sights the poet has mentioned in the poem are hedges and ditches, river, painted station, the meadows with the horses and cattle, bridges and homes. Second question, why does the poet compare the things he sees to driving rain? The poet compares the things to driving rain because he can only have a momentary glimpse until it fades away quickly. Question number 3. In your words, give the meaning of in the wink of eye. The answer of this question is, it means something that happens really quickly and without it being noticed. Now, question number 4. List all the words in the poem that describes movement. Answer of this question is, the words that describe movement in the poem are charging, fly, chambers, scrambles, runaway and lumping. So students, please do this exercise in your notebooks and write the word meanings from the book in your notebooks, and please comment in the comment box to let me know whether you understand the chapter or you have any query. Thank you.